Yes, okay. I think we can start while we wait for a better time.
Okay, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining on time. I'm so sorry, but I think maybe a couple of students probably joined late, but like our convener said, we can go ahead and start. So, I hope everyone is doing okay. Let me see some reactions so that I know that people that are on the call are actually on the call. Coin, treasure. Thank you, coin. Thank you, treasure. Okay. Okay, awesome. Although I know that there are probably just two students on the call right now, but I still want to know which school are you guys from and which course are you studying? Web your school in the chat. Okay, I'm waiting. Coin from Bowen. Coin is our current manager from Bowen, actually. Thank you for being here, Coin. And she's studying economics. Cool, cool. And treasure. Mm. Okay, maybe treasure is unable to send us a chat right now. Okay. Treasure from Union Sean studying with geography. Okay. Thank you for being here, Treasure. And we also have our special guest, Mrs. Babatunde, on the call, who would introduce her a bit later, as well as our convener, Victoria Oladosu. I'm pretty sure that the two of you who are here are very familiar with what STEM School is about, right? I don't want to take too much of our speakers' time, but just a recap. STEM School is all about bringing STEM introduction to rural secondary schools in Nigeria and now universities as well. So we basically want to bridge that gap between awareness and actual practice. So we're aware that there are STEM courses around, but what do you need to know? Who do you need to know in order to start these careers, right? Especially while you're in secondary school before going to university and while you're in university before going into the new world space. But I know that this topic is you'll probably be thinking, oh, but it's not related to STEM. But guys, we're in 2026. In this the world of today, you need visibility. There's so much visibility can do for you. A space where you can document your learnings, your journey before you start, while when you start, and just documenting that process and letting people see just where you're coming from, how far, what you've done so far, and where you want to be. Right. So that's what LinkedIn is all about, giving you just access to those opportunities, right? And Mr. Watson is going to come and give us that, tell us all about LinkedIn. But just before I call Mrs. Babatunde, I'm so pleased to introduce her to you. She's also known as the LinkedIn Maverick. She's a LinkedIn brand strategist, a content writer, and a LinkedIn coach. She helps professionals, business leaders, and freelancers as well to build visibility, to establish thought leadership, and to position themselves for opportunities locally and internationally. She's also the convener of LinkedIn Local Abeokuta. It's a thriving community that basically brings professionals together for meaningful conversations and networking. If you want to see more about LinkedIn Local Abeokuta 1.0, please go to LinkedIn, check it all out. I attended the event myself and it was amazing to say the least. So today, should be sharing practical insights on how to build your LinkedIn presence, one that opens doors for you, one that creates opportunities and helps you stand out as a student, like I said earlier, or as an early career professional, because I'm aware that some of you have already started your careers right from uni. So please give me some reactions as we welcome Mrs. Omotayo Babatunde. Thank you, thank you. Mrs. Babs, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Owoduni. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, STEM School, and the entire team. Thank you, Victoria, for coming up with this event. So, I want to just, I want to believe that we are still expecting more people, right? Okay, okay. So, for now, I can see Oluwafiri, Fumi, Treasure, and Tabitha, right? It's a pleasure to have you here. So today we are looking at can everybody hear me? Looks like I'm echoing. Can
Yes,
we all hear me, please?
yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Coinsola too. I missed your name. Sorry for that. Okay, so how many of us are university students here? Let me see how many of us are university students. Are we all university students? Coinsola is. You can send reactions just so that I know that, once I ask a question and it resonates with you, just send a reaction. How many of you are university students? Okay, Coinsola is. I don't know about Tabitha. Okay, Daniel is also. And I know that this initiative, STEM in school, is, something around being into the science, tech, engineering, all of that, right? Into all of these fields, either of these fields, or even more than one. And it's a beautiful thing. And beyond all of that, it's not just important to get innovative. It's also important that whatever innovation you're coming up with, whatever opportunities you see in that innovation, the world gets to see it. And how the world gets to see it is also a very pivotal part of your journey, right? So you cannot just afford to just be an innovator. So there's something they say in the business world. They say it's not enough to know the business, or it's not enough to have a skill, but do you have the business of the skill? It's not enough to own a skill. Do you have a business of the skill, or do you have the skill that can help you thrive as a business when that skill eventually becomes a business? I don't know if you get what I'm saying, right? So maybe you learned something like AI. Now you know how to use AI. Everybody can see how really good you are and all of these things. But how do you market that skill enough to bring you the returns, enough to bring you the opportunities that you want? It's a whole different ball game. And that's basically what we want to look at today. So do we have any students founders here? I just want to know, because I want to be able to point to specific persons as we go along. Do we have anybody that's founded something at this point in time? Just react, please. I want this to be as interactive as possible. Nobody, okay. Maybe you're a community leader, and there's a community that you lead. It doesn't even have to be a physical community, it could be online. Anybody? Nobody. Okay. Or if you're building a project, but you are yet to be sure how to gain visibility, it's possible you're building. Okay, David. David, I can't react now. Awesome. That's beautiful. David, I can't you have a startup. That's beautiful. That means you are a founder. I don't, is it a student as well? Oh, awesome. So you're a student founder. Amazing, amazing. So if you're building a project and you're not sure how to gain visibility, trust me, this webinar is for you. So I need you to pay attention. I need you to pay attention. Today we just want to look at how to how to bridge the gap, right, between your current reality and the opportunities that you see yourself stepping into. How to bridge that gap is what we are here to look at. It's very simple. So how to build um visibility, how to get the right opportunities using LinkedIn as the vehicle to do that. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started rather. Let's get started. How can you get seen? How can you get trusted and chosen before you graduate? A lot of people think that people who use LinkedIn or people who use these platforms to get the opportunities they get, they must have finished school. That's a big lie. They must have finished school before they start getting the opportunities and all of that. I don't know how many of you know people that when you see the things they do, you are intrigued because you're like, I can do way more than this. I don't know if you've ever been in those shoes. where you see somebody who is maybe consistently posting about internships they got, about scholarships they got, or just them stepping into rooms that you are still dreaming of stepping into. And you're looking at what they are doing, and you are almost, you can beat your chest to say you can do way more than this person, right? It just goes to show that they are doing something that is getting them the visibility, that is bringing those opportunities that you are not doing, right? You are not doing those things while they are doing it, and that's why they are getting those opportunities. Now, um, the difference is basically visibility. Visibility. And when we talk about visibility, people think you have to be an influencer, you have to be a content creator, you have to be an ambassador for companies and all of these things to get the right visibility. That's a big lie, right? It's a very big lie. Visibility simply means that people are supporting you, people are mentoring you, people are recommending you, people are hiring you, people are collaborating with you. Basically, that is what visibility is, right? Now let's look at this. Many students believe that good grades create opportunities, hard work, you know, gets you noticed, your talent or your skill speaks for itself. But the truth is, it is your visibility that amplifies your talent. What's the point of having a talent, a skill, when you are not visible, when people are not seeing it, right? And when you are visible, it's easier to position yourself. Once you are visible, it's now easier to position yourself to attract the opportunities that you want to attract. Now, what exactly is opportunity? We're always talking opportunities, opportunities, opportunities. There's a simple formula to gaining opportunity. It's simply the value you create plus your visibility and plus your credibility. Those three things will give you the opportunities you're looking for. Value plus visibility plus credibility. Because without visibility, nobody would know that you exist. Without credibility, nobody's going to trust your value. Like, what makes you credible in the eyes of people? Someone like David now who owns a startup, it's not enough to own a startup. Is he getting the right visibility from the right people? And from what those who use it, I don't know what service he offers now or what product he is selling. But if nobody trusts the value he's creating with that startup, there's no way he's going to be credible, right? Revolutionizing transportation in Nigeria. Also, that's really innovative, though, right? The transport industry in Nigeria is a big one. And if you have the mind to go into it, trust me, you're going to eat it big. So, if that's what you're doing, it means that there's some people who are using the value that you create. And if they don't trust that value, there's no way to build credibility. It's as simple as that, right? So opportunity equals value plus visibility plus credibility. And the way you get positioned is that when opportunities arise, people think of you. The way you get positioned on social media, on whatever platform you choose to go with. I lecture or I teach people how to use LinkedIn to achieve these things. But if after everything you feel like LinkedIn isn't the place for you and you want to choose a different platform, it's fine. But will people think of you when the opportunities arise based on what they've seen consistently about you? That is exactly what positioning is, right? That is exactly what positioning is. Now, what exactly is personal branding? What exactly is personal branding? I see a lot of people tag personal branding to say, oh, you have to be an influencer to brand yourself, you have to be a content creator, or you just have to, it is self promotion. Not exactly, right? It is not all of these things. It is the reputation that people form about you before they meet you. And that comes from what you even put online. There are a lot of people who have not met me ever in their lives. But because of the kind of content I create, because of the kind of things I say over time, over and over again, they already have a perception of me. And that is what it is about personal branding. Another way to look at personal branding is it is what people say about you when you are not in the room. So it's possible that people see you now and say something about you. But what they've perceived about is not what they're saying. They're probably just saying it to your face because they're there. But what they've perceived about you online, or maybe from hearsay, or maybe from people who have spoken about you, is really what they think about you. And that's what personal branding really is. I know somebody on LinkedIn. I know of a lady on LinkedIn that everybody is always, hyped about. Oh, this lady is this, is that. And the very as much I also felt that way about her. But the first time I met with her in person, I was quite disappointed, right? Because I already had the perception that, oh, this person, the way they are online is the way they I expected to be offline. But it wasn't even necessarily about that. It was that I just approached this person, was going to meet with her and all of that. But our countenance at the point of wanting to converse just made me shrink back, and I'm like, okay, that's not giving what I've gotten used to knowing online. So now a new perception got created. And so it kind of affected the way I now saw her online. It now felt like what she was representing herself as online is totally different from who she really was. Right. So personal branding basically is the reputation that people form about you before meeting you, or what people say about you when you are not in the room. So now let's look at it. When people search your name right now, what do they find? I know it's beautiful because AI seems to have even decentralized people's information. I think it was just a while ago that I searched myself online and I saw the AI summary of who I was. Normally, I might have to. I don't always have to scroll, but usually once my name comes up, it's my LinkedIn page that I direct people to, and then once people get to go to my LinkedIn page, they get to know everything they need to know. But I saw an AI summary of myself, and I was in awe. That was like the first thing that came up, and I was like, wow, it has gotten to this point. So how about you actually search your own name? Go to Google. That's if you don't have a million and one persons bearing your name already. So I always tell people you have to find a way to distinguish yourself, right? If your name is one that is so popular, maybe find a way to decentralize it. For me, the moment I added, David said nothing for me. There are so many David Akondes, I can imagine. Now, a way to decentralize that for yourself is to, if you're not intentionally building a brand. So the way this thing works is, if all other David Akondes are not so active online, you still have a leverage. The moment you are the most active David Akonde online, you will be the first person that comes up in search results. Once you keep at it, you're consistent. It might take a while, but after some time, Google will recognize that you have been consistent, and they bring you up the search engine. But if you have other people who are doing other things, for instance, for myself, my name is Omotayo Babatunde. In fact, that's like my maiden name. Before I got married, when I got married, then Babatunde became my surname. But I found out there's a lot of Omotayo Babatunde. There's a lot of Omotayo Babatunde. So I just said to stick with Omotayo Babatunde. That singular decision just, it singled me out so well. If you go check Omotayo Babatunde, I think there's one Nigerian basketballer, somebody that is Omotayo Babatunde. That's the person that comes up first because it's already a celebrity, right? There's one Omotayo Olajide too that just, I don't know. So, but once you put Omotayo Olajide Babatunde, I am the only person that comes up. So it's either you find a tweak to your name, or you just, you know, keep posting consistently. If you don't have a celebrity or somebody that bears your name, you still have a higher chance of being that person. Okay, so basically that's just that about that. But when people search your name, what do they find? Like, what story do they find? Do they discover that maybe you're a future innovator, you're a future engineer, researcher? What exactly do they find? Or do they find nothing? If they don't find anything, that's you already diminishing your value. And there is no way you're going to get positioned for the opportunities that you so pray for. See, no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you wish, if you don't put in the effort towards showing up in the right places, you're not going to get those opportunities that you really desire, right? So, um, personal branding is not showing off. I see people saying, "Oh, people just come online, they brag, they do this, they do that." No, you are the one who know where what your end goal is. Once you know your end goal, you have to keep at it. You know the kind of people you want to attract, you know the kind of mentors you want to have. Just keep at it. Let people call it self-promotion. That's their business. You are making your value visible, and that is what matters, right? Now let's look at why LinkedIn is a gold mine for you as a student, as a STEM student in quotes, right? You hear a lot of people thinking LinkedIn is for jobs. Yes, people get jobs on LinkedIn. It is. It's used to primarily be for jobs. Like if you just want to get a job, just go there. The jobs section, you see all the jobs that align with your skills. That's if you have optimized your profile, and you can apply. But no, I always tell people the place to get opportunities is LinkedIn. The kind of opportunities I've gotten on LinkedIn, I've not gotten them elsewhere. And I'm not even trying to brag or all of that. The kind of opportunities, the kind of um all expense paid trips I've gotten via just showing up on LinkedIn is crazy. So don't think it's only jobs that you can get there. I've gotten jobs there too, right? You can get jobs if that's what your goal is, but it is beyond that. And I need everybody to know that you can build a brand there. You can build a brand there. So LinkedIn is a place that can unlock internships, scholarships, mentorships, research opportunities, collaborations. I think I already mentioned a number of these things before. Even volunteer opportunities. I am always very sad when people say, "Oh, I don't have any experience. Um, I want to apply for so and so." Maybe you see an opportunity and they tell you to share experiences of what you have done before that aligns with, this particular opportunity, or that can make them consider you for the opportunities. Don't think that you have to wear suit and be in a 9 to 5 white collar job before you can have this opportunity. There are so many things a lot of you are doing at the moment that counts for volunteer opportunities. A lot of you are volunteering, or maybe you don't even call it volunteering, but you're doing things that gives value to people. You provide value in one way or the other. You just have to see from a different lens and see how that value that you contributed to maybe an initiative or a program, how it influenced that program positively. The positivity that whatever value you gave to that initiative cause is what you want to bring to the table and make them realize that you can do way more. Or, once you know your potential and you've demonstrated it in one way or the other, that is how to unlock an opportunity. That is one way to unlock opportunities. Never to realize your volunteer opportunities. If you've volunteered before, that's a gold mine right there, right? LinkedIn can help you also unlock, partnerships, startups, all the partnership collaborations, all of these things. They are possible on LinkedIn. I know a lot of students that have secured international scholarships from LinkedIn, internship opportunities, fellowships, and mentorship relationships. You see that mentorship relationship? I can count the number of mentors that I've gotten through LinkedIn just from showing up, from reaching out to their DM. And you have to be what's the word now? You have to be unashamed about some of these things. Like you have to unashamedly go after some things. You know that this person is the kind of person that you want to be like, or maybe this person has done stuff that that are in line with what you want to achieve. You just want to find a way to get close to this person, but it's almost difficult. Maybe on Instagram, they are not responding to your messages. Trust me, LinkedIn is that place that is very easy to get close to them. A lot of people handle their LinkedIn pages themselves, but even if they don't, there's a way to get noticed by these people without forcing yourself on them, without, by just showing that you are valuable, right? Okay, so let's just look at basically three pillars, right, that can help you get started properly on LinkedIn. Number one is to build your presence. Sorry, my Bluetooth speaker just fell. Just give me a minute to pick it up. And your speaker. Ah, okay. Okay, I'm back. My apologies for that. Can you still hear me? If you can hear me, please send a reaction. Awesome. Coinsula and David. Okay. Mary, Treasure. Okay. The first pillar is to build a presence. To build a presence. Like this, there are three pillars of opportunity. Opportunity position, how to position yourself for opportunities. These three pillars. Number one is to build your presence. Like I said before, if people cannot find you, they cannot help you. Opportunities move from people to people. It doesn't just move across platforms. There are people that are bringing up these opportunities. There are people that are getting these opportunities. There are people who are the middlemen that make it possible for certain people to get the opportunities. So if people cannot find you, they cannot help you. Now let's look at what it takes to build a LinkedIn presence. Number one is your professional photo, right? Your professional picture, the picture that you use on your LinkedIn profile matters a lot. If you're someone that says you're an innovator, you're into STEM, I believe that you have to look the part. And then looking the part is ensuring that are your pictures are clear, your pictures are professional enough, right? I see some people they go on LinkedIn where you're looking for opportunities, they are posting Snapchats pictures of yourself with a filter. Are you kidding me? Are you joking now? There's no way you're going to get the kind of people that you're looking for. So a professional picture of yourself. Now, I understand that many of you are in school, maybe you don't have the funds to go take a professional picture, maybe in a studio and whatnot. But even if you don't have a good phone camera yourself, you probably have friends who do, right? Just ensure you're well dressed up. Ensure you just find a plain background or something. Get somebody's phone, snap a picture of yourself that is very clear. Maybe use somebody's iPhone or use somebody's Samsung camera, whatever camera you want to use. Just ensure that the camera is very clear to show your facial features. Now, it's a headshot. Your photo should be a headshot and not a full picture of yourself. I see some people, yeah, their profile picture, they are showing their full frame from their head to their toes. What do you want to use your leg, your stomach for? Your face you want to see. And the reason for that is because your face just creates a kind of trust. People just there's a way people can trust you from just seeing your face, on your profile. And I also tell people this, the kind of picture you use also creates a perception of the kind of person you are, right? So now, if you have your picture, you're just, I don't want to use it's not like you're frowning. Maybe you just have a straight face on in your picture. It gives the perception that you're a serious person. It gives a perception that you're somebody that knows what they're doing. If you are somebody who maybe you smile in the picture, it gives the impression that you're approachable, right? That you're just somebody that might be welcoming, right? So whatever you want to portray through your whatever what do I call it now? Whatever kind of perception you want to create in the minds of your audience about you can be known just by looking at your picture. It's that simple, right? So your professional picture has to come correct and it has to be a headshot. Very important. Now, another part is a strong headline, a very strong headline. So on your LinkedIn page, let me see if I can share my screen just to show you that. Just a minute. Um, um, okay, let me show you that. If you're still here, please send the reaction. Okay, okay. Um, yes, I want to share my screen. If you can see my screen, please let me know. Don't please just okay, Stella can. Okay, so yeah, this is my LinkedIn profile. You see this part that is that is below verify in 2 minutes, right? This part is what we call your headline. Now, a lot of people here make the mistake of writing things like students at the University of so so and so. Um, and that's not the right thing to write. It's not going to attract anything to you. It's not going to bring anything your way, right? Your headline, you want to put what you do, the value that you create as an innovator, as a STEM enthusiast, as anything, right? That you can write something like future environmental engineer, passionate about sustainable waste management, da 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 da, da, and consultation, one something something at a time via blah 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 blah. Right? Whatever it is that you're doing, the value you're creating, this is a place to blow your trumpet. Once you're done stating the value that you create, then you put the peculiar to what it is that you do that people would often search for, right? This one is for just search engine. So when people go to the search box on LinkedIn and they put um transport, I don't know what to call. I'm really trying to get what I can call David because the only person that I seem to be referring to because I know he has a startup, right? Whatever you just feel like people would want to search for in that light about you, now put it after the value that you have already proclaimed yourself to create. Make that's why you have my own profile saying LinkedIn brand strategist, content writer, LinkedIn coach. So when people get to search for these things, even if they don't know me from anywhere, they can easily just find me, right? They can easily find me, even if they don't know my name before and they don't know what to search for, they can just click on it and then they get to find me. Now, personally, I've not been on LinkedIn for a while for health reasons, right? I've not really been active online for a while now, but you know, um, I mentioned professional picture. I mentioned a strong headline. Now, your about section has to be very compelling. Your about section. This is your about section. This part that says about, right? That is your about section. Now, what do you have in your about section? I see a lot of people make the mistake of writing something that almost look like let me not use the word obituary because they're saying, oh, they say something like they will write in past tense. They say, David Akonde is a this. He is the founder of so startup and he has come up with so innovative ideas in the last 7 years. It's like they are giving a story about your life. It's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. A lot of people, maybe when they invite speakers or people to come and speak, this is where they go to and they just copy and paste what is there and then go and read it as the bio for people. But it's the wrong thing to put. The about section is supposed to sell you, supposed to sell your value. I hope everybody can hear me. Oh. It's supposed to sell you or your value, right? And there are different ways to go about that. Look at my about section. Your about section gives you 2,500 characters to yourself, to sell yourself. You have about 2,500 characters just to sell yourself. So you can go lengthy as much as possible. It's possible that your headline, of course, your headline is a summary, just a summary value of what you create or what you give. But your about section, you can expand that. You can go you can go big about that. Let people know the exact things you do, how you do the things you do, maybe what tools you use to do the things you do, maybe what people have said about what you do. Just make it loud. Make it loud, right? So beyond all of that, your skills, and there's a skills section. There's skills section. I'm just trying to hit the nail on the head because we don't have so much that we can cover all at once, right? Your skills section, where's my skills section now? Uh, just education, licensing. This is the skills section, right? Your skills section, you add the skills that are peculiar to what you do. Add it there. If you've worked with people before, you can get them to endorse you in that skill, right? The projects you have created, you can add projects that you have done. You can add projects. I don't have that here, but I have it under my experience. For instance, now the fact that I convened LinkedIn local Abeokuta is an experience, is a project too. But yes, you can add projects to your LinkedIn profile. You can add your volunteer experience, right? You can add your volunteer experience. I don't even think I have my volunteer experiences written here, but I have a lot of them, right? Some of them are under my experience section as well. Some of them are under my experience section as well. Just let people see the value that you carry, right? Certifications. So if you have certain certifications that are peculiar to the kind of opportunities that you're looking for, do not hesitate, right? Do not hesitate to share them. Do not hesitate to share those certifications. See, I have a number of certifications on my LinkedIn profile. Put them up. They will say you're bragging, but please brag. Be known for bragging because you are the one who knows what you're looking for. You are the one, right? And so please you have to put everything there. Number two is build proof. I think I've said this before. A lot of you think that you don't have experience. It's a lie. You have worked in your mom's shop before. It's an experience. How did you help her increase sales? How did you help her increase profits? It's an experience you can bring to the table. You can attach it to whatever it is you want to apply for if it's in that light, right? What research work have you done? What were your findings from that research? Those are things that can count for experience. I already mentioned volunteering before. If you have led in some initiatives or you have led in certain programs or events, maybe you were giving community leader or you were giving um, media lead or you were given whatever it is that in whatever capacity you led, it's not small. Even if you led just a team of 5 people, it's leadership. Oh. Don't ever trivialize positions that you have been in, that helped you get better or that helped you bring value to people, right? Community impact, personal initiatives, all of these things are proofs, right? So don't think, oh, I'm too small. I've not worked before. I don't know what to add to my LinkedIn profile. It's a lie. Just think, just sit down and actually think about it. And you see that you've done so much for yourself, right? You've done so much for yourself. And how to not miss out on all of these things is to document every season of your life. Be sure to document from time to time. If you're documenting, it will be easier to go back and tie some ropes together, just be able to relate a particular experience to whatever you have done before. And that way it's easier to talk about it, to create content about it, to help people know more about it, to make people realize that you have value you're bringing to the table. Are we still here? If you're still here, please send a reaction. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Okay. So now, um, the third pillar, like I said, I said we have 3 pillars. The first pillar I said is what build a presence. The second pillar I said is build proof. Then the third pillar is to build relationships. I always tell people forget that LinkedIn is first a social media platform before it is a job creation, whatever. It is first a social media platform. Everybody interacting on that space are human beings. It is first a social platform. So don't have the mentality of, please, like a lot of people need to help me, people need to help me, people need to help me. No, how you network is that you let people admire your work and then want to learn from you. Let people admire your work and want to learn from you. The people that are on that space can be interacted with. You can interact with them. I cannot even begin to tell you how many the kind of network that LinkedIn gave to me, the kind of people that it brought me to, or brought me close to. So how do you follow industry leaders? Those people that you admire so much from afar. Follow them, follow their posts, comment on their posts intelligently. I know there's a way LinkedIn works, right? There's a way LinkedIn works. And I don't even think it's LinkedIn. I think if you go to other platforms, you also notice the same across board. You will notice that the first few set of comments under people's posts that get the most recognition, the first few comments are usually lengthy. Like they're usually long to an extent. Not maybe not long, long, but they are never one-liners. They are never they are never just emojis. They are never just good good content. Oh, this is amazing. Those are not the types of those are not the types of comments that do well or that get the attention of whoever posted. Make your comment lengthy, but not just lengthy for the sake of it. Let it be intelligently lengthy. Let it be that you are, or maybe somebody posted something. You can if it is something you are knowledgeable about, you can add to what they posted. You can remove. You can say, oh, I disagree with this, and this is why I disagree. Right? Let people know that even you are there. I don't know if you get it. That's what it means to communicate value. Follow industry experts. Imagine following Tony Elumelu and you are very vast with the things he does, or maybe you even see yourself stepping into that space. Something. And so the kind of things he posts about what he does gets you to post to comment in that light as well. So when people come across your comments, maybe people are even interacting with your comment on that page. That's another different ball game when it comes to commenting. So it's possible that your comments can get other people to comment under your comments. Like your comment gets people to comment under your comments. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying, right? Right. When you do that, there's a way it gets the attention of whoever created the post, especially when you do it consistently. Your name will just be in their face. And so when you eventually now follow them or you send them a message, your name rings a bell and they're like, oh, this person, I've been seeing this person comment on my posts. Now it makes sense that they are wanting to connect with me, right? And at that point, they find it difficult to say no. They want to reach out to you. They also want valuable people around them. These people that you think are very big, they are not that they are not that far away. Oh. Everybody wants valuable people around them, and once you show yourself be valuable, that's it. You're good to go. So, like I said, follow industry leaders, engage thoughtfully, ask smart questions. All of these things get you noticed. They make people want to network with you. Also join relevant conversations. We have a lot of LinkedIn live events that happen on LinkedIn. If it's on Instagram, also you have Instagram live. Just conversations. Even if it's Twitter, sorry, X is no longer Twitter. Even if it's on X, right? There are conversations people have under trending. You see what people are always talking about. If you have insights to add, don't hold back. Do not hold back. Actually talk about it. Right? Have I not wasted too much time like this? Juni, how many more minutes do I have? I
Less
can
than
hear you.
10.
Less
Less
than
than
10.
10 minutes.
Let me see how I can run through this in less than 10 minutes. Okay, so um I've found out something with this generation. Because everybody's creating content, you see people saying, "Ah, everybody's already creating content. What do I want to create?" Trust me, there's a lot to create though. There is always something to create, right? And because of that mentality, you see a lot of you consuming content instead of creating it. So we have become consumers of people's content, whereas we are supposed to also create content because there's something valuable about what you do. I know you say, oh, but everybody already has their audience. Who will become my audience? Trust me, your audience will come. They will always come. There's somebody waiting for you somewhere just for you to drop that content. Not it's until you drop it that you know that there are people that were waiting for you otherwise. I can count a million and one persons that will just get into my DM and say, "Oh my God, the content you sent, you wrote today spoke to me, and then the way you have been posting content has been very motivating. Now I want to also start creating content." You don't know who you are motivating, you don't know who you are helping, you don't know who your content is, really helping. So, um, content helps people to see what you know. It helps people to see what you are learning. It helps people to see what you care about and what you are building. So content really matters. For somebody that is innovative, you can't even stop. You have to keep talking about what you do. You want to get those opportunities. You really have to keep talking. That's something I love about the global Temi, right? I believe everybody here knows who the global Temi is. Temi Lade Salami. Sorry, she's married now. I don't know. I don't know her husband's name, but yeah, Temilade Salami, right? She's somebody that always creates content around what she does every time. And so it keeps her in a way she's top of mind. In a way, people can't wait to see her next content about whatever innovative thing she's doing next, right? So yes. So what are content ideas that you can have that you can use to create content because now you can't say you have any excuse. Content ideas, lessons from the projects that you are a part of. What lessons did you learn on a project that you were a part of? It's something you can create content around. If you have been an intern before or you intend to be an intern, your internship experiences are content. There are things that you learn while you're interning. Those things can be very useful as content. What discoveries did you make in your STEM, in anything you're doing that is STEM related? Research insight. You go for an event. What are your takeaways from that event? Those things are content. Have you led before? Were there times when leadership was like a fish bone in your throat? How did you overcome that period? Those things are leadership lessons that somebody can learn from. They are content. Don't just allow these things to pass by. And how the way you can make content out of them is that you're documenting them. That's what I said at the beginning. Learn to document your journey. Learn to document your journey. Career reflections, places you've worked before, how everything went down in where you worked. Those are things that you can also create content on, right? So you learn something, you apply something, you share it as you're learning and you're applying, the sharing. Just keep doing that cycle. Once you keep doing that, that's you actually building a brand. It's as simple as that. That's you building a brand. You learn, you apply, and you share, right? Now let's just look at some of the common mistakes that students make, right? Is waiting until final year to build visibility. I already mentioned that there is no need for you to wait. Start building now. There's no better time to start than now. You don't have to be an expert. Mistake number two is thinking that you have to be an expert before you can post. No, you don't have to be an expert. In fact, TikTok shows that you don't have to be an expert. There are people that you just see what they are doing and you're shaking your head like, what the heck is this? Did they have to be experts to become whatever it is that they are doing and dancing and doing all of those things? You see a small girl, just put phone in front of her, she's saying things. The next thing you're seeing 200 and something thousand likes, 1 point something million views. You just start, just actually start, right? Don't think of being an expert first. Number three is thinking that you have to post only when you are looking for opportunities. No, you start from now. You start from now. My younger sister, who is in school, um, I was the one that introduced her to using LinkedIn. She has become busy maybe like in the last 2 months because she started an internship not long ago. But she's not in the country, and the kind of things she has been posting. In fact, she's leveraging it so well, right? Anybody that goes through her page knows that she's consistently working on herself, getting better. She's consistently jumping at opportunities. This research opportunity is here. She has gone to take it. This what's it called? And then she's posting it consistently. Certifications she's getting, all of that, despite just being in 200 level in the university. So don't wait till you're done, right? Don't wait for the opportunities to come. Just post, and then the opportunities will actually come looking for you. Don't treat LinkedIn like a CV. Treat it like a relationship platform. I already mentioned this before. It's a social media platform. There are people. Build relationships intentionally, right? Building relationships intentionally. Another thing is building connections but never nurturing them. So people think you just have to become friends with this person. Oh, this person is not my connection. You can even show it to your friends. Oh, this person is my connection. It's not just that. How do you nurture those relationships? It's important that you also nurture them. Take them beyond LinkedIn if you can, and ensure you have personal relationships with these people, right? So let me just give you a challenge, or maybe like something that I need you to do within the next 7 days. Are we together? If you're here with me, let me just, I don't want to give you something you can do within the next 7 days. And are you promising that you will do it? Only Coinsola treasure, okay. David, Mary, Japheth, I want to believe that's everybody. Okay, so within the next 7 days, I want you to, number one, optimize your profile. Number one, optimize your profile. Now I know I did a summary. Um, I did a summary of what you should do to optimize your profile. But if you want a more detailed uh information about how to optimize the profile, you can go to my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, just the same Omotayo Babatunde. Omotayo Babatunde. If you go there, you can watch, like, I think it's a 20-minute clip. It's not a clip, a 20 minutes video of how to optimize your profile step by step, right? So in the next 7 days, I want you to, number one, optimize your profile. Number two, connect with 20 professionals in your area of interest. Connect with 20 professionals in your area of interest. Trust me, they are there. You know their names now. Connect with them. Don't just follow them. Now, there's a way to follow and there's a way to connect. Um, Following is restrictive, such that you are the only one that gets to see the person's content. The person doesn't get to see yours, so it's not mutual, right? But connecting with them is that you are sending them a connection request. If they accept it, then you become a part of their connection as well. So let me just, I think I can show you how to do that. Let me just finish everything and I get to show you how to do that. Step three is to publish one post between now and at least one post within now and the next 7 days, right? Publish one post, tell us either what you're learning or what you're building or something you're curious about, right? I don't know. Duni, please, I hope you are noting these things down. You're the one that will, yeah, that will confirm that they actually did these things. And then number four, engage with 5 posts daily. Engage with 5 posts of people on the platform daily. Trust me, if you do this in the next 7 days and you choose to do it even beyond 7 days, it's only going to take a while before you start building a differentiating personal brand, right? So I'll just close with this, right? I'll close with this. Your education gives you knowledge. Your visibility gives you the reach that you need. Then your reputation gives it credibility, while your positioning creates opportunities for you. So I need you to start building all of those things, all those 3 things I mentioned before you graduate. As long as you're still in school, trust me, there's a lot that you can achieve while in school, Don't you realize this period? Let it be that when you're done with school, the kind of opportunities that you're getting, people are in awe that how did you even do this? How did you get here? Right? That's the beauty of actualizing or implementing everything that we have said from now. So by the time you are graduating, you are entering into the future that a lot of people are still waiting to discover. Because that's when you now see people in 400 levels saying, what next? What next? What next? You already know what next because you already started the journey way before you got to that point. All right. So, yes, I hope today's session has been really insightful and really um, informative. And I also hope that you take action from now on. You don't just get to hear, you actually get to do them and see results. Thank you very much. So before I leave, I just want to share my screen and show you how to connect instead of follow people, right? Just a minute. Okay. I believe you are seeing my screen right now. So this is how to connect. Whose name should I use? If you're on LinkedIn, just type your name. In the comments. I need somebody's full name in the comments. Please, Oluwaseyi for me. Let me see. Please, Oluwaseyi for me. For me. Ah, what is this? Oh, how to correct? Oluwaseyi for me. Let me see. Ah, you're not coming up. Oh, sorry. I wrote Oluwaseyi for me. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Oluwaseyi. Okay, great. Okay, so you are not on creator mode. That's why connect is the first thing that I'm seeing here. I need somebody's on that. The first thing I see is follow instead of connect. If you're on creator mode, what I'll see here would be follow and not connect. But since it's connect, I just have to click connect here, right? And then it would please add a note. You can add a note. Add a note means it's another way to get people to accept you when they get to read your intent for wanting to connect with them, right? But if you don't want to do that, you can just keep and just send the invitation. So you see, invitation sent to peace, right? But I need another name. Let me check the other people who sent their names. Coin Sola Yani Wora. Let me see if this one would um Coin Sola Yani Wora. Yeah, old please. I think you can just start telling people to write their questions in the comments. Well, aha, so look at Coin Sola now. Coin Sola is you see that there's no connect option here. So you just click on these three dots in the circle beside follow, right? And then you see connect. Can you all see that? When you click on connect like this, then it takes you back to the same thing I said before. You either add a note, oh, I would love to connect with you because da 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 da, to be a pleasure to da 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 da, and then you send, right? Right. Basically, that's how it works. So I already sent her. Once she accepts it, she gets to be in my connection. I get to see her posts, and she gets to see mine as well. Thank you, everyone, once again for joining the call. I think it's been a beautiful time. Um, a beautiful time sharing, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Babs. Can we have more reactions, please? because I know for sure that a lot of us learned a lot today. Even me myself, I have LinkedIn, but I'm getting like a refresher on how to use it. I need to go back on LinkedIn. I've not been there in months now, but I think Mrs. Babs just reminded me why I should go back. So thank you so much, Mrs. Babs, for everything that you shared. Before I give like a summary of what was discussed, anyone has any questions? I put it in the chat earlier. Any questions whatsoever? Anything you're curious about? Um, I checked some profiles. Some of you seem to actually you're quite familiar with LinkedIn, but if there's anything that you just needed someone to clarify for you, if you're new on LinkedIn, this is the person that she's here now. Because don't go to her LinkedIn and send her another message. She's here in front of you now. So please, any questions at all, you can unmute or put them in the chat.
Yes, hello. Thank you so much. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, my first question is that what kind of post is it advisable to build a good community on LinkedIn? Number one. Number two,
I didn't get.
is hashtags, does it push posts on LinkedIn? Because there's difference between you posting on Facebook, Instagram, and you posting on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn community is different from Facebook community. That is my question. And thirdly, there's something I always see: verification. Does verification helps in you having a big community on LinkedIn, or does it help you to close a deal with your clients? That's what I want to ask. Thank you so much.
Okay. I didn't get the first one though. I didn't hear you at some point for the first one. Can you repeat the first question? Hello?
You did not get my first question.
Yes.
Yeah?
I didn't hear a part of it, so
Okay. Okay. My first question is that what kind of posts can someone post on LinkedIn? What kind
oh,
of posts can someone post on LinkedIn? And second one is that, does
I got the rest.
hashtag,
I got the rest.
what you say?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Okay, so Jafet, um, for the first question, I think I already answered it in the course of the session. I don't know what time you joined. I don't know how soon or how later you joined. But I mentioned all kinds of posts that you can put on LinkedIn for someone like you who is probably in school and starting out. I think I'm just going to, maybe I'll have to run through some of those things again. All right. I have to run through it. I said the kind of post you can make on LinkedIn. I said you can the kind of content you can create. You can create content that shares lessons from projects that you have created. You can create content that shares internship experiences. You can create content that shares, your discoveries in STEM or in what you do. You can create content that shows research insights. Oh, so according to research, I found out this, as opposed to what we have known over the years. Right now, this is what to, put your heart to. This is something to pay attention to. That's you being a trailblazer in something, right? You can post takeaways from events. What were the insights you gained from an event you attended? If you have been a leader at some point, you can share leadership lessons. You can share reflections, you know, that you've had in your career journey. You can share a lot of things. There's a lot of things to share. I always tell people just ensure that you are documenting your journey. Once you are documenting your journey, there is a whole lot to share. A whole lot to share that the world has not heard before. And one beautiful thing is your story is always going to be different from my story. Stories always create that difference every single time. Once you're telling a story, people are always going to want to listen or want to read what you're saying because they can learn a thing or two from your story, right? So your story differentiates you from everybody. As much as it's beautiful to, share insights into your maybe your industry or whatnot. Also share stories about yourself. There's a whole lot you can post about. A whole lot. Like I can't. It's inexhaustible. It's inexhaustible. Then number two, you said do hashtags work on LinkedIn? Well, so over the years, the LinkedIn algorithm has changed and evolved, right? The hashtag used to be really strong. I used to really work, but over time it's still losing its essence. But you can still add it to your post. Just ensure they are not too much. Ensure they are not more than five, right? Don't write. Don't have like 20 hashtags. No, it's not as effective as it used to be. But just peradventure, people actually use hashtags to search. People would rather use. I feel like these days people would rather use just words to search than use hashtag. A way to know is you yourself. How much do you use hashtag to actually search for something? You no longer use the hashtag. You just go to the search box and press what you want to press. Right? You just what you want to maybe you want to just look for posts about so so and so. You rather put that in the search bar rather than use the hashtag thing. So it's a pointer that we are slowly losing that hashtag culture, but you can still use it. Just ensure it's not too much. Now the third thing, verification. Now you see, if you paid attention to when I showed you my profile, you see that there's a verify now part there, right? I'm still not verified myself, and not because I don't want to, but because LinkedIn is way more complicated than other platforms in terms of verification. For verification on LinkedIn, you have to have an international passport, right? You can't use NIN, you can't use all these other documents. It has to be an international passport. And even beyond that, you can't use just any phone, any mobile device. I got to find out that it's some of my friends who got their verification possible was they had to use maybe like a Samsung phone. iPhone seems to, if you're using an iPhone, it might give you some trouble. But even the Samsung, there is a way they do it. It's just not the usual way. So I always tell people don't try it if you're not ready and you don't have all it takes to verify yourself. Because once you try that process, once you try the verification process, after a while, LinkedIn will feel like you're a bot. You'll feel like now that you started the process, you have to finish it. If you don't finish it, they can refer to you as a bot, and then they will just what's the word now? They will cancel your accounts, right? They will restrict your accounts, and it's now be impossible to log in again. So I tell people, except you are sure that you have everything it takes to verify yourself, there's no need to go for that option. Now, does verification limit your chances? Well, people who verify say yeah, they say it's true that in a way it limits your chances, but I still say it that me, despite the fact that I'm not verified yet, I still get the opportunities that I so desire from posting, from engaging, from doing the necessary things, right? It's just that I feel like verification might just make you, for instance, maybe LinkedIn will bring you up in the search bar just because you are verified, but it doesn't still limit your chances to show your value to those who need to see it and then they get to actually see it. I hope that answers your question. Japheth, are you here? Did I answer your questions? Okay. Who else has
Yes, yes.
oh,
Thank you, Mrs. Babs. We have some questions in the chat as well.
okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. Ma, can we know the difference between the two profiles? I think I gave you the clear difference between the two profile. Although for the second profile I used, for the second profile that I connected with, I think that was Coinsola. She has not properly optimized her profile. I think that's why hers look like that. The first lady had properly optimized the profile, but she doesn't seem to have a creator mode turned on. If the creator mode is turned on, then she would easily have follow on her page instead of connect. Now, the difference in terms of following or connecting is that your connections Your connections, I think your connections cannot be more than 30,000, while your followers can be up to 100 and something, 500 and something. Like if you go and check Tony Elumelu's profile, you see the number of followers that he has. I think he has up to 1 million followers, but you cannot have beyond certain number of connections. That's why you also have to be very strategic about those you connect with and those who connect with you, or those whose connection request you accept, right? So yes, I think that's that about that. I had 2,500 connections. My LinkedIn page, I've been building it since October last year. Ooh, but it got hacked this February. I also opened another one by February. After I got about 100 connection, it got restricted. So I always avoid this kind of question, not for any reason, but because LinkedIn has been moving mad recently. I can't even lie. They've been moving mad in terms of this thing that you just talked about. And it's because I think it's because they are now having, people are beginning to find the gold mine that is LinkedIn, and so many people seem to be tripping. I can remember when I joined LinkedIn, they had 900 million members. But right now, they are over 1 billion. So they are trying to limit the number of members as much as possible, trying to stop accounts that are not active from functioning. Just want active members, and even better if you can be on their premium. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, I think for you, I think Daniel Abi, for you, Daniel, I would say one of the reasons why I've noticed that once you lose a particular account, there's the tendency for the next one to get restricted is if you're using the same device. In a way, there's what's that English that they used to call it now? There's a way your is it IP address? Yes. So your IP address, once we find out that an account that has been restricted is being tied to an IP address that has been used before, right? They will restrict again. So I always tell people, number one, maybe try to use a different device to log in or to sign up rather. Number two, use a totally different email from whatever you have used before. If you're using the same email and you're using the same device to sign up, there's a likelihood that they would restrict it. So if you can try these ones that I just told you, like, so use a different device to log in, and then also use a different email to log in. They just might not restrict it, but at the same time, it's still not a guarantee in that sense. But those two things, I've seen it work for some people, right? So yeah, you can try that. My apologies for what LinkedIn has been doing to people. It has been so showing people shady in recent times. I'm not even going to lie. But yeah, so that's why I say we can create it now. We can create your account. If you've not been on LinkedIn, I feel like to get to a point where they don't allow people to even sign up anymore. I feel like it will get to that point very soon. Okay, so can we know the difference between the two accounts you used as example? I've already talked about that now. I think okay, I just talked. I think the person just asked the question not long ago. Okay, this person says I've gotten a new device. I'll create another one, but I've verified my ID on the first account. Won't it affect? I don't think it should affect. I don't think it should affect it. I don't think it should affect it. Just try again. Just try again. All right. So I think that's all the questions I have to answer.
Yes. Thank you again. Thank you so much, Mrs. Babs. Just a few takeaways from the conversation for people who perhaps joined late, but I think you already get the gist. You don't have to wait until you graduate before you start using LinkedIn. Your journey basically starts now. Document any and everything that you can. She also mentioned that opportunities come in different forms on LinkedIn. It can connect you to volunteer roles, internships, collaborations, mentorships. Paid opportunities are like even. She also emphasized that you should focus on building value so that you're not just saying stuff. Make sure that what you're saying makes sense. So keep learning, keep building projects, keep volunteering, and keep documenting your growth, especially. She also said we should not be afraid to sell ourselves. As Mrs. Babs reminded us, that's exactly what LinkedIn is for. You're there to, it's a social media platform. Sell yourself, sell what you know, sell what you can do, and all of that. Communicate your value and make sure that it's visible to the right people. And I think the biggest lesson of the day are the three pillars of opportunities that she shared. One, you build a presence, make sure you have a professional photo, not a Snapchat one, a clear headline, a strong about section, and a profile that really tells your story. If you're learning, it's still a part of your story. I'm learning something. It's still your story. Your story can change, right? Build proof as well. Don't just say you're interested in something, show it. So follow people that are already doing well in the places that you're interested in. Share your projects, share your experiences, volunteering, certifications, lessons that you've learned. Share everything. Build relationships, that's the third pillar. So make sure you engage with people. Engage, not just engage, comment. Actually read what the person posted. If you agree, say why you agreed. If you don't agree, say why. So if you have a question, ask, right? Show something. And that way you build genuine connections. Opportunities, like she said, often come through the relationships that you've already taken time to nurture. Right. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Mrs. Babs, once again. But before we have you drop off the call, I mentioned earlier that we have some of our community managers on the call. I think we have for Uniosun, for Bowen, for Dimas. Who else am I missing? But if you're a community manager, please, I already told you this. Unmute your mic and just thank our speaker for being here today.
Okay, good afternoon, Miss Omotayo. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. It was very lovely to have you with us. I learned, and I'm sure every other person on this call has learned a lot from the three pillars of opportunities to how to optimize our LinkedIn and how to put ourselves out there on LinkedIn. Once again, we say thank you very much. And to every other person on this call, thank you for taking time to join us, and we hope you learned a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Koim. Okay, so Daniel has dropped his things in the chat. David, are you here?
Yeah, I'm outside at the moment. I can just say a few things. Thank you so much, ma'am. I can't believe I can, for myself personally, but I believe it's the same for everyone. We learned a lot in just this 1 hour of conversation, and we'll be sure to put it into practice to make sure and see the results. Because seeing your page, definitely the result speaks for itself. So thank you so much for imparting us with your knowledge. And yeah, everything was wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Babs. Thanks for spending your early afternoon with us. We hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you, every other person. See you in the community. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, feel free to leave the call now.